Hello, welcome to Made to Heal with Angela Brown. So, today I want to talk about the holidays and emotions, and they can be all over the place for people. So, I will get into that here in just a sec. I invite you to check out the link in the comments below to my book, You Are Made to Heal Spiritually, Emotionally, Mentally, and Physically. It's just my journey in healing. I was stuck for 30 plus years in the victim mode, and hitting rock bottom in 2015, I was able to transition from being a victim to going into victor through Christ in healing and taking control of my healing process instead of playing the blame shame game. Anyway, it's been a beautiful journey. I wrote that book with teens and adults alike in mind because I have suffered from depression and suicidal thoughts from my early teen years, to my adulthood into my late 30s. My last suicidal thought was in my late 30s. And I just know that I don't have the answers to everything, but I have tools and techniques that have helped me to be completely free of suicidal thoughts and depression for going on 10 years. And it's been beautiful. So check that out and share it with others. So let's talk about emotions. Emotions through the holidays, they can be, joyous, exciting, happy. And then can be, you got a lot of family around, or frustration. And yes, I am going to say anger. You can even feel anger through the holidays. I'm just telling you, I'm not perfect at everything, and I still have my strong emotions, and anger was a huge problem for me 10 plus years ago, and it still rears its ugly head. And you know what? Yesterday, anger reared its ugly head yesterday, and I chose anger. I chose it. And our emotions are something we choose. We get to choose, and we have power and control over our emotions more than we think we do. A lot of people think, in fact, I can't tell you how many adults and kids that I've talked to or that I've listened to that I hear all the time, because I have been guilty 10 plus years ago of this. I haven't done it for the last several years, like going on 10 years. I have not done this because God taught me that our emotions are a choice. We choose. No one can make us mad or angry or upset. No one can make you happy on the flip side of it. They can't fulfill you. No, it is no one's job to take control of your emotions. Nobody can do that. Now, we can allow for people to get to us, but it's us. We have that full control. I just remember, like, when I was raising my older kids, I would say all the time, you make me so mad that you did this, this, and this, and this. You make me so mad. And so they constantly heard that they made me mad. And so really, what was that teaching to my kids several years ago? You make me mad. It was called, I wasn't taking any ownership, and I wasn't taking responsibility for my actions and my thoughts and my words and my anger. I was being bipolar and just blaming it on anything and anyone but myself. I wasn't willing to look and own that, I'm an angry person. So the last several years, when anger rears its ugly head, and it did yesterday for me, it reared its ugly head. And sometimes I just get in my anger, and I'm not like happy about it, and I don't feel joyous in my anger, but I get this anger that comes, and I just want to sit in it because I'm just so mad. And yesterday afternoon and last night, I wasn't even angry at anyone in particular. I was angry over an object. I was just like, oh my gosh, I was just angry. And I'm like, I couldn't even stand to be around myself because I was angry. But the difference about me being angry now versus 10 plus years ago is I would fume, and it was just this person, they were making me mad. But now I have this knowledge that I'm choosing to get angry over this. I am choosing, and I don't care. I'm just so mad and I'm choosing it. But there for a minute, or there for a while, I was just like, I do not like being angry. I do not like the way that I feel, and I have that kind of control over the outcome. So, you know what? I'm kind of embarrassed to say, but I sat in my anger for a few hours. I was just sat in my anger for a few hours. And finally, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a choice. I have this choice, and I have been choosing anger. And where is it getting me? Where does anger get you? Where does it get you when you get angry? Does it get the job done? Does it create a loving, peaceful atmosphere? Does it help things work out better? Does it solve the problem or situation? Absolutely not. Anger doesn't do anything for us. Although it's an emotion, all of our emotions are good because it helps us to know where we're at, right? It's this, it's kind of like a thermometer. It lets us know where we're at on the gauge. Are we feeling calm and even and level-headed? Or are we like building up pressure to where we are at the boiling point and gotta let it out. And so there's things to do before we get to that anger. But if we choose that anger, and this is kind of what I have decided, I'm like, you know what? I'm angry. I am choosing to be angry. And you know what? I'm going to sit in this anger. And that's kind of where I was at last night. But I couldn't stand to be by myself, or I couldn't even stand to be around myself. And guess what? My family couldn't stand to be around me either. So I'm just like, leave me alone. Get out of here. I just need to be by myself. And then finally, I was playing some meditation, spa music. And that's the thing. When you know you're angry or in an emotion that you're not enjoying to feel, maybe it's a pity party. Maybe it's depression, sadness, grief, or anger, or resentment, or hard-hearted, whatever it is that's not making you feel good. Honestly, if we are not feeling good within, it affects us all the way around. It affects us spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. So it's important to pay attention to your gauge, to the level of your emotions and how you're doing. So last night I was like, you know what? I've been angry. I'm going to turn on some spa meditation music because I need to calm down. So have your go-tos before you get angry. Have your go-to things that will calm you down. And music is a great, certain music, right? Like make sure you're choosing uplifting, good, calming music, or listen to meditation. Guided meditation, there's so many resources out there. We have everything we need at our fingertips if we just search it out. But so find the things that are calming for you. And so I stuck on this meditation spa music and listened to it. And I was still angry, right? But it helped. It helped me just take in some deep breaths and not be so frustrated and angry with what I was doing. I was doing a project, and I won't be doing that again because it's not worth the anger. It's not. And if you know, and it taught me a lot about myself, right? It taught a lot about myself because it's kind of like if you know you try something and it's bringing out like maybe foul words out of your mouth, or you're really not having a good time, and if you can help to avoid that, then do it. Don't make yourself miserable and everybody else around you miserable. But I'm the type of person, I start a project and by dang, I'm going to finish it. And oh my gosh, I'm hating every second of this. And that's kind of what I did yesterday. And it was not a good, pretty scene. So I was just like, I've been at this project for hours and hours, and I'm the type of especially over the holidays, I start something, I just want to finish it. I just want to finish it. But I'm just having this, and I like came to my senses, and I just had a prayer in my heart, and I said, God, I'm so sorry. Will you forgive me for being so cranky and angry? And I'm really sorry. And then, apologizing to the family later. Like, I'm so sorry. Forgive me. The Ho'oponopono comes into play beautifully here, that we can practice when we get angry. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Those are things that we can do to help in our process. But that truly helps. That's one of Satan's tools. When you're angry and really upset, the last thing usually you want to do is get on your knees and pray to God. And so I have been really mindful the last several years. When I get angry and upset, I say a prayer and I say, God, please help me. Help me be calm. Help me to like myself again, because right now I don't. Or I just say, help me through this. I'm sorry. I'm human, and forgive me. I know better. Like before, 10 plus years ago, I just didn't have any clue what to do, because if you don't know, you don't know until you start practicing other things and you're like, hey, wow, that really worked and I feel better. So putting things into practice. And so last night it was just I'm really sorry. I have these tools and they're readily available to me at all times. I didn't use it, and forgive me. And instead of being in despair and just beating myself up, it was just like, okay, just move on. Yeah, that was a dumb mistake, and we all make mistakes. We all have these emotions. And so I was able to just sit and calm and, so just pay attention to those emotions that come. And if you're doing, so the activity I was doing, I will not do another one of those kind of things again, because I'm like, wow, that was like not even relaxing or enjoying to me. But if someone's into building and engineering, that kind of stuff, have at her. But and I was working with really teeny tiny objects, and I was like, this isn't even fun. This isn't even fun. But anyway, that's beside the point. If you know of something that works you up, then stay away from it. Don't invite toxic things into your life. So now I know. I'm like, okay, that is not good for me, and I won't be doing that. And I'm not saying like avoid things that get you out of your comfort zone, and avoid things that you really, really don't like, because it's good to get out of your comfort zone. But this is like something that some people like to do for a hobby, and good for them. But I have found I do not like that activity. I am not going to do that for a hobby ever again, because that just brought all sorts of stuff. But if things get you out of your comfort zone, then look at that. Why is it making you angry? Why is it making you scared? Why is it making you frustrated? Ask yourself, why am I so upset? And, we can learn a lot by asking ourselves questions. But God bless, and pay attention to your emotions during the holidays, outside the holidays, year round, every day. Pay attention to what the emotion is that's ruling your day. How do you feel? Pay attention to those emotions when you wake up. We get to have the power of starting our day great, or we get the power of making it a crappy day. And it's all in our mindset and how we choose to think and what we choose to do with our day. Choices, choices, choices. We all have the same amount of hours, minutes, and seconds in a day. We all have a freedom of choice, especially where we live. If you live in my country, it's a free country, and we get to decide what we do with our time. And so choose wisely. Every little choice we make matters. Every little word we say matters. And so words and actions and thoughts are all energy. And so there's a lot of words that are low vibrational energy, and there are a lot of words that are high vibration words and energy. And it's, where are you on the spectrum? Are you low, 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 or are you high, high, high? And it's, or are you just somewhere in between? And it's just important to be able to gauge and raise your energy and vibes and help build this world up rather than adding more darkness to it. We need more light. This world needs more light. The light of Christ, the example that he led his life. I mean, beautiful, beautiful example. If we can all try to emulate him more, can you imagine what a better world we would have? By changing our words and of encouragement and praise and love rather than tear down. So we get to choose. We get to choose how we feel. We get to choose how we handle a situation. And it will make a night and day difference for our everyday living. Pay attention to those emotions. They are huge. They are important. And it's okay to feel the emotions. It's okay to feel the anger. We all get angry. I mean, we're not going to be able to avoid these emotions in our lifetime. We all deal with sorrow and sadness and grief. And we all deal with the emotions that aren't so positive, right? But what are we going to do with those emotions? What we do with them is so important. And the amount of time we stay. Don't let those emotions unpack and stay as unwelcome guests in your heart and in your mind for day after day, after week, after week, after week, and then they turn into months, and those months turn into years. Start facing those emotions today and go through them and recognize them and recognize, I don't like being here, or hey, I feel like I am in a good spot every day. And be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. I was honest with myself last night. I didn't have a good day. I didn't have the greatest of attitudes, and I was actually quite embarrassed. And I'm like, God, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Please forgive me, because that is not who I am. I am better than this. And so it's important that you just recognize and acknowledge just those two things: recognition, acknowledge, and having that awareness and that desire to be better and do better. And I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. So God bless you with your emotions, with handling your emotions, and you know what? Releasing those emotions. Releasing emotions are healing, because it has been medically proven, or scientifically proven, maybe not medically. I don't know what they do much in the medical field, but scientifically it's been proven that anger and staying in a depressive situation has harmful side effects for your actual physical health. They have linked anger to cancer. They have linked different diseases and ailments with our emotions. That's because our emotions play a huge part in how we feel spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. You want to feel better? Think better. Start with your thoughts. I am a firm believer in eating healthy foods, but I think our thoughts and how we think, you want to feel better, think better, and you will see how your days will improve day by day. But you know what? These thoughts that come to us all day and all night, they're negative. A lot of them, the majority of our thoughts tend to be on the negative side. 60 to 70% of our thoughts are negative. And so it's important to pay attention to those thoughts that are coming in and switching it around. Like, oh, that was just a negative thought. Let's replace it with this positive thought. And it's quite incredible what you can do for your day on changing those vibrations just by thinking better. Think better, feel better. And God bless. And until next time, we will be talking to you later. Bye.